anything, but we are busy chatting, we are busy buying, we are busy seeing everything that's happening in other countries. So it's important, very important, that we remain safe online, even while we are resting, even while we are enjoying our holiday. And we need to take some tips that will help us to remain safe online.
Yes.
And I keep saying, as we continue from the month of October, November, December, this theme applies all across. And when we start the new year, remember now to continue to implement as we keep changing the topics. But the theme for this year's Cyber Security Awareness Month is See Yourself in Cyber. And how do you do that? We are getting into the holiday. Remember to always check your devices.
Yes.
Before making any online purchase, before making anything, make sure that your online is up to date, number one. Your device is up to date, number one. Make sure that all your accounts are also safe. Remember to log out and log in. Remember to have strong passwords. We keep emphasizing that. Don't share passwords. Don't think, you know what, we are busy planning a holiday, we are booking travel, we are doing this. Use my card, log in there and apply for 1, 2, 3. Let's not do that. We all claim to be busy most of the time. And in that instant when you are busy, you forget a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's important that we keep strong passwords and we make sure that if where possible, use password manager. And again, remember multi-factor authentication. Just for on your devices. Before we go any further, these are the practices that at individual level we can all practice. We don't need a cybersecurity expert to teach you that. You don't need an IT expert to teach you that. It's taking responsibility of your safety. And we cannot overemphasize this. Just like our natural, traditional security who protects our houses, they keep telling us how to be safe every holiday. Make sure that you tell your neighbors that you are aware and all that. So we cannot tire from telling you to take responsibility of your safety online. And it starts with the device that you own. Number 2, Zoom. There is a lot of online presence, we agree,
yes.
And there is increase in online shopping. Online shopping seems ideal, seems easy. You compare prices, you can see the gadget that you are buying, you can see the clothes that you are buying, you can check, you can check the measurements online, even if you are buying a dress or a wedding gown or whatever instrument you are buying, you can buy building material. But it is always important that you only purchase through trusted sources. Think about before you buy, think about before you click, this organization that I'm buying from, is it credible? Is it real? And are you using open Wi-Fi at home?
Yes.
In the public places, in the shopping malls? You know, it's important that you learn those things to say, you know what, if I go online in a public Wi-Fi, what does it mean? If I go online in a secure network, what does it mean? These open networks that we go in anyhow, are they safe? Are they secure to do online procurement? They may be safe, they may be ideal, but you must always be cautious.
Yeah.
Don't always run to that place where you know you are going to get to the online and start using your debit card to order anything, start going into sites that are asking you for so many things and you are not even checking their privacy. You don't know whether they are credible or not. You heard somebody talking about it and you think, this is the right place that I need to be. So always make sure that you check the legitimacy before supplying any information. Cyber criminals are often out there. They will send you emails. They will send you exciting news, and you want to all go in there. So it's important that you check before you buy or before you click. The third tip for us this morning, use safe methods for purchases. This one, we know we have debit cards. And whatever you do with your debit cards, if you swipe in the shop, it goes directly into your account and it withdraws from your account.
Yes.
And then we have credit cards. Credit cards don't withdraw from your account. It's not your money, remember? And therefore, most of them are fraud safe. So if they are safe from fraudulent activities, where possible, try and use credit cards for your online purchases. And I say where possible because it's not every one of us who owns the credit card.
Yes.
And it is not every one of us who wants to use their credit card if they own them. Some of them are using them just for specialized services that they want to procure or products, and that's it. But for other things that they are doing online, they think, you know what, I can't use this because of the financial behavior that I have. So whatever case, if you have a debit card and a credit card, try and inquire from your banking services. What is the best method if I really want to go online and procure online?
Yes.
So those are some of the tips that you need to also take note of. So we've talked about thinking before you click. The interesting one is festive group, and I came across this quote online to say, "Don't drink and have right."
Yes, I saw that and I wanted to just laugh because I love that. Yes.
Yes. And I think, let me just read what it says.
Eh.
It says, "Remember when you were last full of festive cheer and you posted that message on social media? You know, the one you spent a year apologizing for." So while you are on that hype and you're excited and you don't feel yourself, you don't see yourself.
My goodness.
And then when you don't see yourself and you start going online, that's the most dangerous.
It is so dangerous, yes.
Yes. It says going online when you are overindulged in too much eggnog means you are not as vigilant as you could be. It also means you are vulnerable to convincing sounding emails and messages.
Yes.
You become very vulnerable. Even physically, when you have indulged too much and you are on the road, you become very vulnerable. You are not safe to yourself and to other passengers. So imagine if you go online and you do that and you leave a footprint. I was laughing this week when we were chatting with a friend who said, "Did you see how this guy attacked this one?" And I said, "No, I never saw it." And they said, "Let's search for the post," only to find that the post is gone. And then they said, "You know what? People forwarded this thing. Let me check in somebody's newsfeed." And it was there. No matter how quick you try and delete it, somebody has seen it, somebody has posted it, reposted
Or
it,
screenshotted, yeah.
screenshotted it already on WhatsApp and other social media platforms.
Yeah.
So you don't want to have those many regrets at the end of the day where you are saying, "You know what, I could have done it better." So if you have indulged, please don't drive online. Just stay away from it. You'll get back to it when you are sober.
Definitely.
Yes. And then make sure that there are certain things that we don't normally check. The privacy settings in the pages that we go into. None of these things have black and white, just like the insurances. We complain a lot that insurance, but when I went there to try and claim, I was told that this is what I signed for. Even a loan at the bank, sometimes you complain and say, when I went there to inquire why I have to pay this much, they said that this is what you signed for.
Yeah.
So when you go online, you are also agreeing to so many terms. So it's important that, especially when you are making cases, especially when you are trying to get into deals online, try and make sure that you read. They do have settings, they do have privacy, they have policies, they have statements. These are statements that we need to agree to, but most of the time we don't read. We just click and we buy. And if your items don't arrive, what happens? You start complaining. When you are referred to the black and white, you start referring. You start complaining. So let's limit complaining. Let's limit being cheated online. Sometimes we cheat ourselves by making sure that we read and making sure that we only do what is safe. Again, simple things that you need to also make sure you look out for. I talked about privacy settings. I'm going to talk about making sure that you look at whether the site is secure.
Yes.
Web address starts with HTTP, most of them. HTTP is not all of them. And then there is an S. That S tells you that this site is secure. That S tells you this site is secure. And it signifies that there is security between your browser and the website. And most of the time, whatever you are transacting on that site will be encrypted.
Perfect.
So ensure that you check for those S's before the www.
Okay.
If you don't see the S before www, caution, red flag.
Definitely.
Am I secure if I'm going to put my information into this website? Is it encrypted? Who else will see it? So it's just basic things that we need to apply as we continue throughout this month.
Definitely. Well, I can't wait to touch base with you again next week so that we can continue just giving the listener tips and tricks on how to protect themselves during these holidays.
Yes.
All
and
right.
next week we will touch on the younger ones.
Yes.
How to help them to remain safe online over this Christmas period.
Perfect. Well, I can't wait to talk to you next week. I hope you have a great Sunday.
Thank you, Zoo. Have a good one, too.
Emma. So, as you heard Sarah over there, we need to protect ourselves more on social media, on the internet. I love the one where she said, do not drink and hard drive. Don't become trigger happy and start writing things or venting things on social media because ba screenshot be ba go blog.
Johnny J Mecca, the hottest, the number all day on 104.9 FM. Yaronet FM.
So tell me, do you happen to know a lot about a lot, or you're generally powered to know a lot and Uditsubi? Then tune into Power Quiz every Wednesday at 5:35 p.m. on Cool in the Gang and stand a chance to win 500 Bula Taurus gift voucher redeemable at any Taurus battery stores. All you have to do is SMS the word Taurus batteries to 16106 and answer 5 general knowledge questions to win. Terms and conditions apply.